What's going on, guys? Kiger here. Today we're doing a free-to-play crit build account review. Let's get into it.
반드시 돌아오게 하겠어. 더 이상 하수인만으로 남지 않아. 이제부턴 나를 위하여 오로지 나만 깨어있을 뿐. 멈춰! 모두들 절대 후회? 네가 누구랑 얘기하는 줄은 아는 거야?
Alright guys, so EU 158 heavy crit focused. Make sure you guys can see this just fine. A little bit smaller. Alright, there we go, like that. Aatrox. So I don't know if they like League of Legends because that's one of the characters' names. But checking them out, let's see, they're level 151, but the only gear that's 150 is their main weapon. Everything else is 140, with the helmet that's 144. That's the first one he should be bringing up. Then the next row, the wrists and the hands should be next. Then the bottom two, then the chest. But he's free to play, so he has lower resources. Let's see. HP, attack, defense looking okay, especially for a fire. Fierce attack, slaughter, and nightmare. What's with the last three free-to-play accounts have been doing a lot of nightmare? I'm thinking it's because he has a level 6, so he just wants to use his level 6. But then we have Slaughter, which would be a 4 and a 3, and then 3 Fierce Attack. High crit damage, that's really good. Crit immunity. As far as what I feel, that you should not be going for a crit build with Ninja. I feel that you should be going for something that takes advantage of your crit. The biggest one is going to be something like Marksman, if you don't want to go that direction. Obviously, Armor will also do really well, or Dragon Fighter is what I would suggest. Ninja, I believe, should focus more in the break direction. Tenacity, block is low, break is low, because that's not really what he's going for. You definitely want some pierce though. With crit, your best secondary stat is going to be pierce. You want a lot more pierce. Damage increase is also going to be a big deal. HP steal rate, with everything, I believe 10% is fine. You shouldn't be looking for that. 10% is going to be 1 IO, offense IO, either red or higher, at level 20. So one roll HP steal rate is going to be good for you. Once you get these maxed out, you'll probably have that 10%. That's 10% chance to do that heal. Not that you will heal that 10%. It's 40% for single target and 14% for multi-hit. 50% ignore block. That's from Ninja. If you were a crit-focused class, you would have more crit damage, stuff like that. Okay. They're at T1. Pets, attack, HP, debuff, We have the crit down here, which is the only one that he evolved. Makes sense. And using cat for PvP, I presume. Attack, crit, tenacity, and break. Ideally, it should be crit, tenacity, and block, and nothing else. This attack roll is, attack is nice, but you get attack from a lot of other sources. Crystals, we're trying to get those secondary stats, which is the crit, tenacity, break, and block. But we're looking for that crit, we're looking for that tenacity. Break isn't doing a whole lot for us here. So we want to change the break into block, get rid of this attack, and then put it somewhere else. HP, crit, immunity. You should have gone for the offense one right here because your build is a crit build. You want offense. Ideally, you would have them both up, but this is a damage one up here. And you have 30 in ninja. It should be more split. It should be scholar 20 and what is that? Yeah, scholar 20 and whatever your main class is 20 before you go above. Just because scholar gives you a lot of offense right here in T3, and priest gives you a lot of defense right here in T3. Then once you have 20/20, then you're definitely going to want this judge T4, and then whatever your main class is. Like I said, bow would be good. Lancer is probably the way to go if you're focused on PvP. Yeah, and see, he doing way too much up here. He wants this crit. That 800 crit for all of these traces is not worth it. As for the abilities, this is just fine for if you're doing ninja here. You do have the option of swapping the first skill for the second right skill if you're worried about cannot move abilities such as what's her name, Butterfly Orchid or Milim. And 1, 2, 3, and then nothing. So this is good. You brought up the secondary to reduce the cooldown, but you have 1, 2, 3 skills, and what, you're bringing heal and everything? I don't think that's great. Cold Firebird is a ton of extra damage. If you are bringing, especially as building as like a damage dealer, you don't really want to be bringing the heal. Let me see what his other stuff looks like. Yeah, so 10 and 10 not really doing it for me. These should be down, and you should bring up Cold Firebird to 10, Thunder God, bring it to 10, and then you can go back to your main damage skills. This is fine, gets you up to that crit bonus. It's hard to get higher because you have to have your entire team on your roster. Olander right here is pretty good, gets you to that crit. Yeah, if you're doing crit, then these definitely make sense. Like I said, level 6 Nightmare. Duration of debuffs, you're not doing a bunch of debuffs. The only thing you're getting from this 30% from Nightmare is tenacity down for 30% longer, slow for 30% longer, and the silence for 30% longer. Maybe the slow if you hit the second ability here, but that's not worth a will core slot. Really, it should be your 2 slaughters like you have, and then either if you want to go full damage, 2 fierce attacks would be fine. If you want to last a bit longer, 2 rigidities would be the way to go. See, boom, boom, boom. I would swap out Rose for Chestnut Rose SP. Scarlet Wish Chestnut Rose. She will give you that barrier, and she will heal you more than the HP she drains from you for that. And take out the regular Chestnut Rose for Anathria. And that would be a solid PvP team. What's her name? Winter Cherry isn't doing a whole lot in the with her active in PvP. She's primarily there for the passive. And checking out the IOs. Let's see here. I don't want to go with the order first. What are we doing? Okay, there we go. This is some dog water. It's not doing much for you. Debuff Mastery is nice. You're kind of all over the place with these. Crit, break, break. This isn't worth much. I know he went for this because of the 1900 crit, but ideally you're going to want the percentage stats. It's already at 13, so it's past that hell. So right now, I would recommend rolling this for better stats instead of trying to get a better one. Damage to Adventures is good. This is a fine one. I don't really like the attack, but this is your best one by far. Now let's check out the orders. This is pretty good. Reduction, increase, debuff resistance. That's fine. You can't really be too picky with the cores. Block. There's that HP steal rate. Like I said, this HP steal rate roll will get up to roughly 10% once it's maxed out. It's totally fine. Block tenacity is good. This is actually pretty decent. If that HP was a better percentage stat, like protection would obviously be a lot better. This is decent, especially for a free-to-play player. This is a pretty decent order. Damage reduction, tenacity, protection rate. HP is the bad one, obviously. The core inscription, like I said, this is pretty garbage. Protection rate, and then everything else I think is pretty garbage. Okay, guys. So like I said, that's kind of what I want to focus on there. This debuff mastery and resistance is primarily coming from the IOs. It should be going towards the bigger percentage, like damage increase, pierce rate, protection rate. That's ideally what we're looking for here. Obviously more crit damage. Crit damage is the big roll that he's looking for as a crit build on inscriptions. And if you want to push your crit a little bit higher, I don't have your fate cards here, but generally you could pick between crit or break for them, so be looking out for that. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, guys.